Okay, Mighty Orbots, Episode 2, The Wish World. Or is it just Wish World? I don't remember. But one thing I wanted to complain about before I get into this, because I forgot in the previous one, and I did a few too many additions, the transformation sequence is just very short and kind of boring. Yeah, considering how many overly lengthy transformation sequences are, why would I complain about that? Well, in a show like this, that's something you kind of look forward to. Oh, cool transformation sequence. Oh, damn, I blinked. Okay, this time I took notes, so there may be a lot of cuts to hide the fact that I keep looking at my notes. Maybe I should put it here. Yeah, I'll put it here. That's a good place for it. Okay, anyway, the plot, the little mother hen, well, that's actually how Gary Owens describes her, the mother hen of the group, who also is the final key to activating the mighty Orbots, decides, based on an offhand comment from Rob, that she wants to be human. Actually, one aside here, she doesn't say, "Oh no," to an annoying degree in this episode, unlike the previous episode. Another thing I forgot to complain about. So much to complain about. At any rate, Ono, who for some reason, despite being a robot, wears a space helmet while she's in space, decides she wants to be human based on an offhand remark from Rob. As I already told you, I should have said it in the narrator's voice because the narrator repeats stuff which has already been explained. Like here, the villain of the week, Plasmus, I think his name is, notices Ono's Galactic Patrol album. Galactic Patrol member, maybe I can get some information. Oh no! Plasmus noted Ono's Galactic Patrol uniform! Yeah, Gary, we already... Yeah. Anyway, disguises himself as a not villainous-looking character and tells her about Wish World, where all your wishes come true. And so she goes to Wish World, and I think she is actually transformed into a human. It's like, wait, the bad guys have this kind of technology? What do you want to bet they never use it again? Yeah, I wouldn't take that bet either. So she goes to Wish World, she's transformed into a human, and she's given this medallion, which she said will allow her to transform back into a robot if she has to, and yeah, so obviously it doesn't. It actually is a homing transmitter, and the bad guy finds out about it, but then they figure out how to transform her back into a robot, because it just so happened early on they were fighting in this weird energy field nebula thing that can transform things, and yeah, anyway. Actually, two things not to complain about. It turns out that is his name Rondu or Rondu, the head of the Galactic Patrol, does know the secret identities of Rob and the Mighty Orbots, so it's not quite as stupid. And when Rob transforms into the Mighty Orbots commander, Gary Owens doesn't also tell us that, so either slight improvement or they forgot. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and go with slight improvement. Also, interestingly, at their headquarters, they have a swimming pool that I think somewhat resembles the one from Mazinger Z, so if that's the case, nice in-joke. The acting, it's not super awful, but there's just not that much, there should be more emotion. I mean, I think everything is just too stable a level of volume. Even the shouting isn't that, I think I'm shouting too loud for the shouting right now. My ship, it's out of control. Little more emotion there. I mean, now I'm starting to see why a lot of anime voice acting is OTT, because it's effective. Also, it's interesting, 2 episodes in a row where robots are threatened with a screwdriver. Reminds me of the 3rd animated Titanic movie. Oh no, then they will disassemble me with a screwdriver. Don't be silly, screwdrivers have been outlawed. Oh yes, I forgot that screwdrivers have been outlawed. Yeah, it's a slight improvement. Another thing to complain about. It starts with narration. It's like, okay, let's get into the no, now we got to get into the theme song, which also mentions the characters' names. And, well, you can kind of see what some of their abilities are from what they're doing. And then, of course, in the episode, they also tell us their names again and what they can do. So, it's redundantly redundant in its redundancy department. Additional, it occurs to me that I should probably explain why the BS science in this episode, the nebula or energy field or whatever the heck it was that can change flesh into metal, is somehow not as bothersome to me as the whole cold affect electromagnetism negatively, and the rings of Saturn are made of ice, which is colder than the vacuum of space, etc. I think it's because this science, the whole thing is BS. It's some kind of weird energy field. Hey, maybe such a thing exists, maybe it doesn't. But it's not taking existing scientific knowledge and getting it wrong. I think even then they knew what the rings of Saturn were, and they knew that nothing is colder than the vacuum of space. So, also, superconductivity! It's annoying that the technology that turns robots into humans is never used again. I'm going to assume it's never used again. That's usually how it works in these series. There are exceptions. In Gatchaman, there's one episode where Galactor invents an invisibility technology, and then Dr. Nanbu invents a special filter for the god Phoenix that allows him to see the invisible stuff, and then in, I think, the very next episode, Galactor tries the invisibility cloak again, saying, activate the filter from last episode. Paraphrase. And, well, it's understandable then that Galactor never uses that again. In another episode, they come up with a anti-transformation ray, and, well, the thing is, it's pinpoint. It's like trying to aim a laser pointer at the pigeon on the other side of the parking lot. Hey, look where I am. And it overheats quickly. Then in another episode, they use it again, this time at closer range, and I think they have an upgraded version that doesn't overheat as quickly. And then that's the, I don't know if it's the last episode, but it's the ending storyline, so it's understandable why they don't. Although, I don't know, I haven't seen that much Gatchaman 2 yet. Maybe they do revive that technology at some point in Gatchaman 2. What I'm saying is Gatchaman is better than Mighty Orbots. That's basically what I'm saying. It's really stuffy in this car right now. I'm going to hit stop.